I'm Jonathan Watt with the Tara Group International. We hope you're enjoying our content, and if you are, please press the like button and subscribe to our channel. We're talking these days about the Christmas season, and specifically right now about Silent Night and the power of simple worship. Few Christian songs are as well known or as quietly powerful as Silent Night. It's sung by candlelight, whispered by children, remembered long after Christmas decorations are packed away. And yet, part of what makes this carol so meaningful is not just how it sounds, but how it began. The story behind Silent Night reminds us that some of the most meaningful worship moments come not from grand plans, but from simplicity, peace, and trust in God's active presence. Silent Night was first sung on Christmas Eve in the year 1818 in a small village in Austria called Oberndorf. And the church organ wasn't working at that moment, so the priest, Joseph Mohr, asked a local school teacher and musician named Franz Gruber to write a simple tune that could be played on a guitar. And Mohr had written the poem itself a couple of years earlier, never imagining it would become one of the most famous Christmas songs in history. That night, the two men stood together and sang the song for the first time. No choir, no organ, no elaborate arrangement, just voices, a guitar, and of course, a gathered community. That humble beginning matters. Worship didn't stop because something broke. Instead, the movement became an opportunity to create creativity and trust. What could have felt like a failure became something holy. And it reflects a pattern we see throughout Scripture. God often works through what is small or unexpected or imperfect. And the birth of Jesus itself happened likewise not in a palace, but in a stable. Silent Night, of course, echoes that same truth. God shows up quietly, gently, and without fanfare. The simplicity of the song is part of its lasting power. The melody is easy to sing. The words are gentle and clear. You don't need musical training to join in, and over time, Silent Night, not surprisingly, spread across cultures and languages precisely because it was accessible. People could sing it in homes, churches, even on battlefields. During World War I, as the reports go, soldiers on opposing sides were said to have sung Silent Night together on Christmas Eve, drawn together near the very places where they were fighting, drawn together by a song that spoke of peace in the middle of conflict. That kind of simplicity teaches us something important about worship today. Modern worship often includes excellent musicians, technology, planning, and those things can be gifts. But Silent Night reminds us that worship is not about impressing people. It's about creating space for people to encounter God. Sometimes a quiet song sung together can form hearts more deeply than the most polished productions. The song also points us toward peace. The world into which Silent Night was first sung was not peaceful. Europe had experienced years of war and uncertainty, yet the song imagines a night filled with calm and rest and hope. And when we sing it today, we're not pretending the world's perfect. Instead, we're naming a deeper truth that God's peace enters the world through Jesus, even when circumstances remain so difficult. And this is deeply connected to the meaning of Christmas. The incarnation, God's becoming human, shows us that God chooses closeness over control. God does not shout from heaven, but enters our world as a baby who must be held and fed and protected. Worship shaped by the incarnation often reflects that same gentleness, makes room for stillness. It allows people to breathe, to listen, and to respond without pressure. Silent Night also teaches us that worship can be formed by limitation. A broken organ led to a guitar, a small village led to a global song. In the same way, churches and worship leaders today may face limited resources, smaller teams, and other unexpected challenges. And rather than seeing those limits as obstacles, the story of Silent Night invites us to see them as invitations and opportunities to focus on what truly matters: shared prayer, shared song, and shared presence. Learning the history behind familiar hymns can deepen our worship today. When we know where a song comes from, it becomes more than tradition. It becomes testimony. One helpful book that explores this story is Silent Night, Holy Night, the story behind our favorite Christmas carol. It's available on Amazon, and it offers an easy-to-read look at how this simple song traveled from a small Austrian church to the entire world today. So in a culture that often values noise and speed and spectacle, Silent Night stands as a gentle reminder that God often works through quiet faithfulness. Simple worship does not mean shallow worship. It can be deeply formative, helping us remember that God is near, present, and at work even in the ordinary circumstances of life. So as we sing Silent Night this Christmas, we're doing more than remembering a moment from the past. We're participating in a way of worship shaped by the incarnation itself, humble, peaceful, full of hope. And let me add this. We'd love to hear from you. What topics would you like us to explore in future blogs or videos, possibly hymn stories, church history, worship practices, or theology for everyday life? Let us know what would serve you best. And if reflections like this are helpful, consider following and supporting the work of Atara Group International. We come alongside churches and leaders to help connect deep theology with practical, life-giving worship. Sometimes the simplest stories shape us the most.